Iran apparently naming this Operation Severe Punishment, the retaliation to Israel. Some reports now of a U.S. guided missile destroyer is transiting to the East Med to provide additional ballistic missile defense for Israel as these ballistic missiles continue to rain down. And as we saw in the previous attack, and for folks who are watching on TV, you can see, and for those listening on radio, you can, I'll describe this giant plume of smoke which is lingering in the air over the skyline of Tel Aviv right now. It is nighttime, obviously, in Israel, and the U.S. Navy repositioning that ballistic missile defense destroyer to be able to provide that defensive capability in addition. And this is coming as we saw that Israel's missile defense shield was overwhelmed, as General Flynn mentioned just moments ago, and we're hearing 5 to 7 strikes may have made it in. We're also hearing that new alarms are expected in Israel in the next several minutes due to reported detection of additional launches from Iran. The IDF also confirming that launch of a second wave of Iranian missiles against Israel. I want to bring in General Flynn here. So, General Flynn, we're seeing if let's go that report was correct, that if they did indeed strike the Ministry of Defense of Israel, would it be that it seems like Iran is targeting the command and control structure of Israel in sort of retaliation for the loss of their military leaders last night?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I mean, that's obvious, I believe, at this stage. Let me just talk to this guided missile destroyer that came into the Eastern Med. That's a U.S. destroyer. Yes, sir. Which will add significant capability to be able to observe the entire region. So when they fire any type of missile anywhere from Iran, Turkey, Yemen, that guided missile destroyer has a significant capability to be able to provide an umbrella coverage, right? So they can see things as they're being launched, and then on their routes into their targeted areas. So that's going to be a significant U.S. capability that will likely be providing intelligence and air defense, some type of air defense coverage to Israel. That's a significant wartime capability in that guided missile destroyer. These missiles that got through, the picture that we're looking at, Jack, in Tel Aviv, which is a pretty wide scope for your radio listeners. One missile getting through is terrible, but it's not as bad if you're talking about 150 to 200, and we're looking at maybe 3 to 5 got through. That says a lot for the Iron Dome capability, and frankly, for other capabilities that are postured forward, meaning in the air, that are probably taking some of these missiles out en route. So very significant that the Israelis are again displaying an incredible military prowess, not only from a strategic defensive posture, but also a strategic offensive posture in their continuation of the campaign to destroy the Iranian nuclear capability once and for all. Once they made that decision to destroy the nuclear capability once and for all, there are other significant capabilities that the Israelis had to go after: command and control, leadership, some of their intelligence collection platforms, their electronic warfare platforms, their entire surface-to-air missile capabilities. So those are the strategic systems that they had to go after. These ballistic missiles they're strategic in nature, but they're regional and more tactical. So the Israelis, my guess is that the Israelis are going to conduct operations over the next couple of days to just pound and destroy these ballistic missile capability sites where they reside. So Israel is actually on a to me, it's very clear their plan and what their plan is and how long this plan is going to play out. Like I said, Jack, earlier on the first.
And General Flynn, what we're seeing now, we're seeing flashes in the sky over Tel Aviv. As we can see, guys, if we can put that on full screen here. So we're seeing missiles flash as they are intercepted. This is that second salvo that General Flynn told us would be coming here shortly, and it appears to have arrived. We're seeing that. We're also getting reports, nonstop sirens in Nazareth, eastern Haifa, so northern Israel at significant targets up there. They have a significant Navy base in Haifa for the Israeli Navy. So again, we're seeing some of this footage as missiles are raining down on Tel Aviv, and in real time. So far, it seems there's another one right there. So there's another one as it's coming in, and then the question, of course. General, as the missiles have gotten this far that we can even see them on the live stream, that means they've already penetrated several layers deep. Is that correct?
Absolutely. They've probably penetrated 3 or 4 layers, to include layers of capabilities, human capabilities on the ground in Iran that the Israelis are using to target some of these things before they're even launched. One of the things I want your audience to know, too, the Israelis are very smart, very sophisticated in what I would call combat dispersion or strategic dispersion of not only their military capabilities and forces, but also the population itself. The Israeli people know what sacrifice is. They know they have been defending their homeland for a long time. They know exactly how to disperse when they're warned to disperse, and that dispersion has multiple layers too. So, I hate to see these counterattacks out. They're expected, but I'm confident. I'm very confident in the Israeli leadership's ability to be able to communicate, even under this duress that they're under, with their population, to be able to protect them to the greatest degree that they can. So this campaign by Israel against Iran to destroy their nuclear capability, it's a long time in coming. I talked about it over almost 10 years ago. So it's a necessary thing. Go ahead, Jack.
Oh, General Flynn, I'm just hearing now, I'm just getting in on the feed that there have been explosions reported in the Golan Heights, so in northern Israel along the border with Syria. Don't know yet whether or not those were impacts or interceptions, as we've been seeing here in Tel Aviv for the last couple of minutes. And so we're still monitoring it. Also hearing red alerts coming up in areas along the border with Jordan, as well as in southern Israel as well, Beersheba. So red alerts really just, it seemed the initial salvo was targeted squarely on Tel Aviv, and that's the live stream we have up now for folks who are still watching. But now we're also hearing red alerts just all over Israel. And one report that popped in right now, again, a fog of war, take everything with a grain of salt as of right now, but hearing that the Israeli nuclear facility at Dimona is currently one of the targets of the current missile attack.
Yeah. So one of the things that the Israelis will do, and they have the capability to do, is what's called beaconing. And that goes back to World War II, actually, this capability, but it's far more sophisticated now, where you can beacon a false area, right? And it causes the missile that's on a particular target, on a particular GPS target, to go in a different direction or to hit a false target. So there's some very sophisticated things that are going on right now in Israel. And definitely, they're using a level of sophistication.
And we're seeing, for folks watching, we're seeing missiles being intercepted in real time over Tel Aviv.
Yeah. So anyway, Jack, I really think that, like I said, and for your audience, radio and podcast, this is going to be going on for some time. The level of tension in the Middle East is beyond anything since probably the Desert Storm War, when we had a massive air campaign against Baghdad.
There's another one.
This is a very dangerous time. The Israeli leadership clearly planned for this. They clearly planned for this. If we'll see how many of these ballistic missiles they're able to get through, but I guarantee that you're going to see over the next 48 hours, 72 hours through this weekend, and probably into next week, you're going to see the Israelis conducting a series of devastating attacks on a daily basis against multiple facilities in Iran.
And folks who are watching or listening on radio, we are seeing right now in real time multiple missiles being intercepted. We're waiting to see if any come through. But over and over and over, these missiles are raining in the skies all over Tel Aviv. I'm seeing 3 at a time, 4 at a time. And it seems the Iron Dome is intercepting the ones at least we can see on the live feed here. You see those explosions as they light up the skies over Tel Aviv.